Yo, what's up? Good morning, good morning. So we're gonna continue with the blobs today. We are at the very end of procedurally generating them, I think, if I remember correctly. Let's pull up this one to start. And let's enable creature spawner. This is the one we want to try. Work with today. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. Wondering where we left off this Friday, because these doesn't really seem to be working. Dynamic entity internal should collide with dynamic entity internal and entity itself, so that's the environment pretty much. I'm wondering why we have these falling through the ground. That's not good. Default dynamic entity internal. Oh yeah, we don't have a collider on the blobs itself. Okay, this makes sense. Okay, now we're back. So, if I recall, we were experimenting with the different settings for this one, I think. I'm honestly not entirely sure what setup we want for these fully. Okay, now. So, initially when we created these blobs, we skinned the model to every vertex in the model was skinned to every bone in the armature, and that's a little bit too much, so we added a setting. I think we added it, okay, we don't have it yet here, but we added a setting to our armature generator, I think it is. We added a parameter here that is int max bones per vertex. And then we use this one to only skin X amount of bones to each vertex. So now I just want to add this one to, and I mean, this is a pretty good start. But you do get some artifacts, so I would say that depends on how much force we're gonna add to these as well, but like if we add this much force, you can see that it's only the vertices closest to this one. So I guess every vertex above these sets of bones, because then maybe not even that actually. This one might. Oh yeah, but there's definitely some artifacts with this, but I think it's okay. But then we also had a problem of, let's see here. Okay. Didn't we have bringing this one to the left and right? I thought we would be getting. Okay, so now we make every bone extremely heavy. We actually move these. Okay. Up and down gives us an effect like this. But left and right does not yet. I thought we had. I thought we had some soft body effect by going left and right. Let's see here. Root bone, what do we do with this one? We just set the... Okay, that's probably it. So now we actually set the root bone as well. Let's see here. Skin mesh. Yeah, we added to soft body anchor, and that's why when we move it to the left and right... But it's still weird that moving it up and down, but is that only because of gravity? Okay, so all of the effects we see here is because of gravity and nothing else. I wonder if I would like to have an effect like this as well. I think so. wondering here about the gravity. It's pretty, say, like the gravitational force together with the ground plane makes these springs become out of position. I'm just wondering, like, how strong would we have to make the springs to pretty much make the shapes static, so no squish towards the ground. Just trying to understand here what the reason for this one is. This is a pretty high value for springs, I would say. Oops. I wonder, can we get some jiggling going left and right if we don't lock limited? Okay, let's see. Low 1, 5, 5, 5. Yo, what's up, Cold Bones? It's not really a rock though. Now we're probably not gonna get wondering about this one. Rigid body. Cold Bones, oh my bad. It's okay, it's okay. It's supposed to be, eventually it's gonna be a blob. We're gonna add some nice material to it. Or we're currently experimenting with a few of these. Just trying to get the feel of it, the soft body looking nice and squishy, you know? What's up, Ice? We should be able to... So if we look at this hair, we can move, like, going left and right, we can make it move left and right. Which means that we should be able to make these springs move if we do this, I think. But, okay, I think we're gonna do this. I'm gonna try and do... We're gonna use a similar script here as, what is it called? Joint handler. We're pretty much gonna do this one. Let's use, I think it's private. Let's make this one public and do joint original parent. I think we're gonna do, what is it called? Test 2, test 2. So we generate the soft body here. Maybe we should do it here. We'll generate a few bones, and we actually set... Okay, I'm gonna try. So when we create these bones, parent here, I think we might. Let's see here. We create a bone game object and then we set the parent to be parent. I'm thinking about skipping this one, so let's try that. But then again, later on in soft body generator, I think we use the game object parent, don't we? Yeah, we do transform.parent get component rigid body. Okay, let's do this then. At the end here, we're just going to do bone.gameObject.set transform.set parent null. So we create a bone hierarchy for our soft body, but the last thing we actually do with the bone is that we remove it from its parent. That way, I hope, like, the transform component won't. So the specific bones will only be updated by the physical calculation with configurable joint and not with the transform. So let's see how this looks. So here we have this one again. We have a soft body anchor, but we don't have any child bones because I think, yeah, we have the bones here this time around. So they are no longer a child of this one, which means that the transform of this one shouldn't really affect it. What should affect the position of these are only the configurable joint. So if we go left and right, we get this. Now, I think maybe, yeah, like, I mean, this is good. It's a little bit delayed though. I wonder if we can do something about that eventually. I'm kind of max value. Okay, but I think this is better. Linear limit. Is this the only linear limit we have? Something like this. We're probably not gonna. The blob is probably not going to be affected by this much force, but I think we want to avoid it anyway. You know what? I think this limit should. Cold Bones, what is the blob for? It's gonna be like the first dynamic creature in this game. So I've got some shorts on my YouTube channel describing it in more detail. But the idea is that these are gonna be like creatures that move around, need to eat, feel happiness and such, and you're pretty much gonna take care of them. So linear limit 0.1. I would assume that's 10 centimeters, but I'm not entirely sure. In degrees for angle, but position, I have no idea. Do we have... Linear limit, boundary defining movement restriction, and it's a soft joint limit. So I would guess this is 10 centimeters, but then I guess we would need to have a bit more or longer contact distance. That actually, I don't know. Contact distance 1 is pretty big, I would say. I think it's a little bit better, but not much. What happens if we do bounciness 1? That's definitely not good. This is probably something we want to avoid in-game eventually. Might just be a question of if we do 1. Yeah, we're just gonna have to have stronger joints and less kilograms for... Still gonna get this. But that's also like a worst case scenario movement, I think. Okay, let's do this. So, at the end of Friday's stream, I thought about also skinning the model to this anchor bone. much like we do with the leak, that actually works pretty damn good. But yeah, I want to add it as an option, although I'm not entirely sure how we should implement it though. So when we skin the bones, we want to take this one, the root bone. And I wonder if we want to put like half the weight on it. So you know what? No, we can't do that. I think we're gonna have to we're gonna add +1 here. Yo, good morning, Harukanen. We might actually lean towards a butcher sim eventually. But right now we're strictly talking our armatures. So like, I want to try and set, I want the weight of this one to be like 0.5 of the total. So wait, I bones per vertex count plus J. I pretty much just want to add 1 here eventually, so I wonder if we can do this +1, and then eventually we do oh, actually, yeah, is it here? Mesh, yeah. And it should be bones per vertex count -1, but then we add 1. And I want to make this new bone weight. Bone in the... Ah, that's true. Yeah, we're gonna have to make this a little bit nicer. Yo, what's up, Little Miss Murder? When we create the bones here, then we add the index. It's bones, skin, mesh. Bones. starting to wonder if it's gonna be worth it. Yo, what's up, Derek? We would need to add a index to this one. Add one here. And here. And here.
Don't stop. Let me explain something.
So that's one. We let this one be this, and we let this one be this, and then finally we add this one like we tried to, and here we set plus bones per vertex, I thought, count, and bone index, closest bone with weights, element at JBT index. Here I guess we could probably add .5, and index is gonna be I think we can do bones dot count. Pretty sure. And then we're just gonna have to add it here as well. Fuck, we need a bind post for it as well. Little Miss Murder, I would like to caution you about using link here. I don't know how often skin mesh is going to get called. Nah, it's okay to do it here. It's not gonna happen often, and it's gonna happen on a secondary thread. It should be okay. Yo, what's up, Skafer? Yeah. I'm wondering. We need to make it into a bone as well, or create a bind post, that is. Let's do this then. you know what? I think we're gonna do this, and then we go back. No sub-sig tech. Okay, so we're back at this, and then I'm gonna do this. And we're gonna call it Skin Mesh 2. Almost the same naming as we have here. And I want to make the root bone into a proper bone here. So we're going to start with bone, root bone is equal to new bone. Do we want to send in parent? A fucking vertex. I don't know. Maybe let's add one of these as well. Public bone. Game object. Int index. Or you know what? Do we need? Maybe it's okay with this one. Dynamic entity internal. Let's keep it simple. So root bone, new bone. We're gonna use. Do we have rootbone.game object? And the index is gonna be bones.count. Fuck it, it's experimental. Root bone 2. Okay, so let's see now. Bones per vertex count. So when we create bones per vertex, we add 1 because we're gonna add this one. And we do the same for weights, +1 here. And then we do this. But we do this with the original bones list, so it's okay. Bones per vertex count, that's how many we want. And then we calculate the weight. And then we also get the total weight. And then when we normalize it here, I actually want to do total weight times 2. So at most, all of these are gonna sum to 0.5. And then our last bone is gonna be 0.5 here, right? Bone index, let's do root bone 2.index. And then we have this one finally. So bones, select to array. A bones with root. New list bones. Can we just do it like this? Okay. So this method is the exactly the same as this one, but we skin every vertex to the root bone as well, with a weight of 0.5. Let's show it. So this is skin mesh 2. So we do skin mesh 2 here. And yeah, let's see what kind of result we get. Oops. Hopefully no error. This is taking quite... Do we have a crash instead? Okay, we have a reloading domain, that's okay. Did I start this one too quickly? Probably. But like, if we take a look at like the leak asset and the pompadour asset and stuff like that, we have, okay, that's not good. Do we have any? Okay. Vertex 0 bone weights are not in descending order. Yes. I'm pretty sure. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure that this one will have the biggest weight. So we want to add it at the beginning, don't we? That makes it a little bit. But then I guess we can do +1 here. We just do 0 here, right? That should be it. Okay, if you know what happened yesterday, somebody spun up an OpenClaw instance and spammed around 20 LLM generated issues, PRs, pairs in Godot's repo with fixes. After maintainers asked them if they used AI, the LLM answered. Today the LLM updated one of the PRs it made with unrelated changes. Yeah, I've seen that in a lot of open source projects on GitHub. Like a lot of AI agents doing like pull requests and stuff like that. I don't really know how the open source community will handle it, honestly. I mean, a few of those PRs made from AI agents might actually be good, but most of them are shit. And it's like too much work to sort through for a human being. So yeah, it's a little bit depressing. Vertex 1 bone weights are not in descending order. I actually thought this would fix it. That's... or... Wait. I think weight should sum to 1. But how did I... It doesn't seem to fail with this one, does it? Wait. Ice, when did you start working on the game? Quite a long time ago, actually. I think you can see the history on my YouTube. Starting writing the design document like 4 years ago, something like that. In what scenario would we get 0.3? I just need to check bone weight 1. Skinning weight for the bone. Skinning weight, do we have any? Oh, yeah, if total... That is true. I wonder if we can do... Dividing by 2 here is the same as multiplying with 0.5 here. But if total weight is... If total weight is like 0 point something, then multiplying with 2... Let's do... Like, I was pretty sure this would solve it. Let's just see what happens if we play it with this. Scafey for sure, that's why there should at least be a human who tests it before it gets into public space. Maintainers already have a lot of work to do. They don't have time to check every change themselves if the person/agent who made it cannot explain what it does. Exactly. The worst part about it is the people that think they are the ones making the code, but asking them specifics and they fall apart like sand through the fingers. They have no idea what code is. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like no self-insight, or whatever the English word for it is. Or the correct term, rather. But yeah, it's... a little bit depressing. Yeah, okay, so we actually have... 0.87, I guess we get... But how does that make sense? 2.0 times total weight. So here we have a problem with 0.5 being before 0.87, I guess. If we divide with 2 times, whatever that is, we do get another issue. Let's do, I just want to see if, let's keep this one. And let's do... want to do this, so we don't add this one, and then we remove this one as well, and we do this. I just want to see if we get a problem if we just purely do this. Derek, Robin, can you catch me up on what you're working on? Yeah, we're just trying to improve the soft bodies of the blobs a tiny bit, and more specifically right now we're experimenting with the... Okay, we actually get an issue here, do we? Okay. And now we're experimenting exactly with how we do the procedural skinning of the bones. I'm wondering if we can get a better soft body simulation if we include the root bone in the skinning, much like we have done with the leek and some other stuff. Okay, we get one extra bone somewhere. Where did I mess up? Hmm. I don't see the problem here. $79.45 in bones per vertex. So we're talking about this one. Bones per vertex count. We don't have +1 here. Mesh vertices. So we should have 4 here, right? Did we just have a compiler issue? Nope. We send in 4 here, which means that max bones per vertex is 4. Oh. Now weights is also bones per vertex count. What the fuck? I just want to try and recompile this. Because I don't see where we're getting this extra bone. But we are getting it somewhere. We don't do anything with this one. I would be very surprised if that one leads to this issue. But I don't see anything else. You know, no, it should be okay. Is it? No, it's not here either. Here we take 4. Here we go. 0, 1, 2, 3. I times should be okay. What the fuck? Bones with root, we just take the bones. List. Whoa, 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 whoa. I forgot to remove this one, right? But that makes me wonder. Skin mesh 2. Oh, I maybe get it. I maybe get it. So this issue we're getting here is actually related to the other blobs we are generating. And it was the old method that screwed us. I might have moved a little bit too quick forward. Okay, that makes sense. Did we get some blobs up here? Okay, my bad. Okay, this one looks... Ooh. Does it actually work? It looks a little bit small, but... Let's take a look at it. It's way too small, isn't it? We're multiplying the weights with 0.5. Yeah, how do you like the hair scafer? It's pretty nice, isn't it? It's a very nice pompadour hairstyle. Very cool indeed. Elvis indeed. Okay, so this is weird. Our blob is half the size, but I guess that makes sense. So we multiply every weight with 2.0. I guess it makes sense because I have no idea how this would make sense. But yeah, what the fuck? How does that make sense? So multiplying every weight with 0. Okay, maybe it does. Yeah, that makes every... Maybe that means that bones further away pull on it more. And that's why we're seeing this. Okay, it's a little bit weird that it's half the size, but I still think we can... Okay, we can't test what I do want to test. So let's see if we can make it... if we can skin it to the middle bone as well. I wonder if we're gonna see this issue though. We'll see. Okay, so now we know that we don't have a problem here, so let's add one here. Or that this isn't a problem. We add this one back. Remove this one and add this one. So we add one extra bone per vertex when we skin it. We have all of the weight. Like, what I'm doing here is I'm doing this under the assumption that all of the weights will sum to 1. That is... I think that is a fair assumption to make, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Yeah, we want to add one here as well. So instead of filling up the weights like 0, 1, 2, 3 or index 0, 1, 2, 3, we fill up index 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we add this bone to 0 because, like, under the assumption that all of the weights sum to 1, this one is going to be the biggest one. Maybe that we get 0, 0, 1, 1 that is almost exactly 0.5, but I don't know. But okay, so we should, or earlier when we did this, we get an error that our weights are not sorted. And I'm pretty sure it has to do with this blob over here. Yeah. And we get a weight that is 0.39. Okay, it's not less than or equal to 0.03. But we do know that this in itself doesn't screw up the ordering, nor should it. But adding this one does. But this one doesn't have a weight of 1 sec. Ooh. Does this one normalize the weights? Oh, maybe. I wonder if the weights get normalized when we set this one. Set bone weights. Unity. Is it mesh? Shared mesh? Yes. The bone weights for each vertex must be sorted. Yes, that's what we're trying to do. The weights may be sorted less percent influence. Like, I'm wondering if this one normalizes it. So if we do, let's go crazy. Let's add a weight of 10.5 here. That has to be the biggest, right? I think. And then we play. Do get the exact same error. Yeah, one sec here. Okay, let's do it in a way I know works. Bones dot append, or can we do insert at 0 root bone to list. Okay, insert is, what do we have instead? Maybe we can do is equal to bones, and then we do bones with root insert. There we go. But I don't think that's the problem. But now we know that it's the first bone. Pretty sure it's this one, isn't it? Okay. I'm misunderstanding something here. The bone weights for each vertex must be sorted with the most significant weights first. It should be this one. Oh, one sec. No, it should be... Whoa, am I... Of course. Yes. Okay, so we want to do... We don't want to have 0 here. We want to have I times bones per vertex count. Right. Yes. Yes. That should be it. So what I did previously is I just set like the way weights, the native array weights is structured is that you have 0 to bones per vertex count plus 1 is the weights for the first. What is it for each vertex for the Now I'm wondering if, is this correct? Yeah, I think so. Bones per vertex count. Or should it be? I am thinking that it's this one we wanna. Yeah, I think this is how we wanna do it. So we set bone 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we set bone 0, and then we do that for each vertex. I think this is it. Fuck. Oh, okay, but this is vertex 0 bone weights are not in descending order. So there's not. Now we have weight 0.5 here at least, that's good. But what seems to be the problem now? Bones per vertex count plus 1. Then we need to do it here as well, don't we? That's not the same issue. Okay, that's good. I do wonder what that issue is about, though. Do we have... Okay, we have something here. That's good. It's a little bit weird, though. Okay, I fucked up. Okay, so what's the issue here? Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Yo, what's up, Star Platinum? Blob creature, the rock one is complete. The rock one is sorta complete. Nah, it's not really done, honestly. I jumped over to the blob creature because I want to get like the dynamic creature in place. I want something that jumps around and has a mind of itself, you know? Why does this one fail all of a sudden? Is it because we screw with the bones list? Really hope it isn't. We create a copy by doing this. And Star Platinum, you mean a slime? Not really a slime. And I'm doing well, I'm doing well. How about you? Long time no see. One second. I'm wondering why we're getting this issue all of a sudden. It has to be this one, isn't it? Oh, one sec. Object reference not set to an instance. We're trying to make bone game object add component. So is it this one? Star Platinum, my uni is still not teaching coding yet. It's been almost a year. They are teaching martial arts and other unrelated things. Yeah, that sounds unrelated. Okay, let's say that we do new list bone. We do it this way, and then we do root. Oops. Root bone 2. Oops. Bones as well, like this. Did we add this? It shouldn't really matter where we add it in this list, I don't think. And then we exit this one. Let's try it again. No issue, that's good. And the shape of this one looks sorta okay. I would have hoped for maybe this has to do with now skinning it to the middle bone. Let's see. Ooh. This might actually be it. I think I would like to have a bit more. Yeah, maybe it's a bit too strong. Maybe we want to make the what's going on here though? Okay. Hmm. Okay, the real test, so what I wanted to test the most is moving the object around now. So if we take this one and move it around, oof, that looks pretty damn good actually. Oops. Not entirely sure about the wobbling back and forth when moving it like up here. It looks a little bit weird. But we have a way more. This still sucks. Start planning, can you turn the music up a bit? I can only hear the kick. Is that so? Yeah, we can turn it up a little bit. Start planning also, I feel like the tip of the slime. You should take a look at all of my shorts I've released and you will understand why the tip is a little bit, or you will get a little bit more I guess the knowledge on why it's shaped like it is. Knowledge might not be the correct term here, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Okay, we're gonna try a few. I think it was actually better before. I think. If we compare this to and start planning, the slime should stretch when it's falling and squash when it lands. Yeah, I have a nice short where I show pretty much exactly how I want it to look eventually when stretching and falling. Nah, this might actually be worse. Or is it? Okay, so we have a few different parameters we can play around with. So let's do, we do 6 here instead, and then weight exponent there. I want to try and make weight exponent like -2 instead of -4 maybe. And then I really have to settle at, so what I want to settle at is if we sit down and we try to figure out like how heavy should a blob actually be. And then when we have like arrived at a number for the weights, then we can decide how much each bone should weigh that controls the soft body. And when we know the weights of it, we can probably decide on a like spring strength that makes sense. But yeah, there's a lot of parameters here. So now we have, ooh, this actually, it looks. So now we have a weight exponent of -2. We have 6 bones per vertex instead. And now we have something like this. I don't know. I think skinning it to the middle bone removes a lot of the actual... I mean, this looks pretty good for like a firm blob, I guess. Although... I mean, we're probably never gonna move this quick. Like this will probably move. Nah, I don't think we want to... I'm pretty sure we don't want to skin it to the root bone itself. Starplanum, oops, it's been a long time since the last time I touched YouTube Shorts. Do you post on TikTok too? I did post on TikTok previously. I'm a few shorts after on TikTok, so it's best to look them up on YouTube. Ice, you should see reels, it's really toxic in there. Yeah, I can imagine. So like I mainly post to shorts on YouTube, and then when I have the time I also post mirrors to TikTok and Instagram. Okay, so this experiment, I think we're gonna skip it. Skinning the vertices to the center bone, that is. That does not give a good result at all. But let's try weight exponent -2, and we do 6 bones per vertex. It looks pretty good. But doesn't this look... It's the wobbling here I hate. Why do we get... Apart from that, it looks pretty good. Because the idea is that we're gonna move this one by controlling this rigid body. So we're gonna get movement like this. Yeah, I don't know. When we don't skin every bone to the center one, we get this like wobble effect here. I don't know. I'm not a very big fan of it. Apart from that, it looks pretty good actually. The spring is too strong? I don't know. I want my blobs to be pretty firm. Like, isn't this a good? I'm a little bit unsure about these shadow artifacts here, though. Something weird with the topology here. So, Arplam, do you think your character clipping through it is a problem or intended? I do know that we're not at the point of fixing that issue currently, though. Haven't really decided exactly how I want to go. Is it me or does it lag? It might be... I don't know. Does it lag now? Does it lag now? Or... because it could be the Unity... drawing the Unity UI. Like lag spikes, not low FPS. That's weird. My stats look okay. No idea what the problem is. But what I do see here, though, we have some weird artifacts with the skinning method. Maybe the stream is lagging, not the game. Yeah, but I'm talking about like the stream stats. They look okay, I think. Yeah, maybe I should look into it. Like, why are we getting this like uneven all of a sudden? I'm wondering. It looks very weird. Yeah, it has to be with the number of bones we are allowing. So this one affects... yeah, pretty sure. We probably need more of a drop-off. So if we have fewer bones, we probably need to have more of a drop-off. -2. Let's see here. Let's try it again. Yeah, definitely. Is this... Okay, so this is -2. Let's go back to -4. We still... Like, this vertex here should be like affected 0, I think. Wonder if we can solve it with this algorithm. Okay, this is probably better. But I guess it would be way better as well if we did 1, maybe. The weight painting of that bone feels off. Yeah, that's what we're experimenting with right now. This actually looks a bit better. Except for when it's on the ground, it looks pretty weird. Why don't we get... Ah, okay, I see. Yeah, we're probably gonna need to rotate some of them. And we're slowly but surely getting slowly and surely, but surely, getting better and better. Okay, that's not what we want. Okay, pretty cool, but that's not what I want. It's pretty weird. I would like to have... If we take a look at these bones, these are affected quite good by the ground. They are... But yeah, this one... Yeah, but okay, these... This one, this one, this one, and this one, they rest on these bones currently. That's why we're getting this weird shape here. Like, I want it to look like this, but not exactly. It's a little bit off. But I'm not entirely sure what we can do about it in this case. Yeah, I know what we can do about... So we have a solution where we rotate every other row of bones here 45 degrees, which means that you won't have these resting like this. And I mean, that works, but it doesn't feel like a... I don't know if that's the best solution. It's not too bad. It's weird. Okay, but let's add the other blobs and let's see how it looks. But if we want to be able to add the other blobs, we're gonna go to this graph and we're gonna add back this collider here. I think... You know what, let's double check one thing first. Oh, does the topology get that screwed up? Anyway, I want to see if... Okay, this one isn't the default layer, okay. Dynamic and internal. Okay, so what we can do is we add... Let's add this collider back. Let's play. Okay, that's not good. That's not good at all. What the fuck happened here? Default layer collides with not dynamic internal, or I mean entity internal, dynamic entity internal. Star Planman, do you think you should fix the clipping? I think a blob sticking and clipping kind of makes sense. I guess it does in some ways, right? But I probably want to make it look a little bit better, at least. But let's do this. Let's pause and play. And where do we have? So we get a few different blobs here. But for some reason... Oh, box collider. Box collider, box collider, box collider. It's almost as if oops. I will go work in Blender for a bit. I will have the stream in the background so I won't be chatting. Appreciate it and good luck in Blender. Such an amazing software. So here inside of all of these white boxes, we should have a set of procedurally generated blobs, but for some reason they are... Okay, we have them down here. So all of them are located down here inside of each other. I'm wondering, and then we have a lot of bones all colliding with each other, and that's the problem we have. Okay, so why do they spawn here? I thought we had fixed that issue. But maybe not. Let's see what happens if we just do creature spawner, we change it to 1. Can we generate 1 good blob? No. Okay. Blob test. Let's do creature spawner. Let's spawn them. One sec, we always get the same position here. What the fuck is wrong with this one? Edit script. Spawn position offset plus spawn position range random. The position itself is up here, but the actual blob is down here. That's weird. Oh, whoa. Is it since... One sec. I think it's since we added this line, actually. World position stays should probably be true, but I'm still having a hard time seeing how that would cause it. But let's see. Yeah, there we go. Thought. Yeah, and all of these falls through the ground for some reason. This one doesn't. You know what? This one falls to... Okay. Now I understand. So now we add back the collider again. And now we should have a blob on the ground. There we go. It looks a little bit weird, definitely. So the new setup is not that... two big colliders. Okay, let's quit that one and let's add... Let's spawn 10 of them again. Oh, this one looks pretty damn good, I think. Too bad it... Okay. This one looks sick, actually. I guess this one is a pretty lucky setup, because in this one, all of these are like the collisions for all of the bones pretty much take up all of the space within it, so you get this nice... If you change this one, it affects the other bones on the other side, right? And then you have this as well. Like this looks pretty good. Then you have this rigid body, which we can't move. Like this is almost a perfect procedurally generated blob here. I'm not a big fan of the shape. We need to rotate this one. What values do we have, by the way? 1207. That's pretty good. I guess. Yeah, it's wobbling a little bit too much when being moved like this, right? Fortunately. But apart from that, like this is pretty much exactly how I want it to look. I think. And then with some refraction. Don't we have any refraction working here? Oh, we're not recalculating the normals. Yeah, that explains it. We're gonna do that soon. But this is probably one of the best blob generations we've had. And I'm talking about how it physically acts. Although I wonder why we can't move this one up, but this one works without problems. Bone joints are also 9 kilograms for this one. That's a lot. But look at this. This is how I want it to act. I just want to write these values down 1 sec. But I also think that one of the main reasons we get such a good result with this one is because the bones, like, they take up most of it. They interact with each other because, like, the full blob is almost filled with these spheres. I'll take a look at it. It's not too many bones either, so this is pretty good. The values we have are 9.2 spring mass, and then we have 12 spring value, then 7.2 damper. And that is it. It's fucking beautiful, I think. Definitely best one yet, no doubt. I would love to be able to, like, if we take this one, we can move it up like this and try it around. I would like to be able to do the same with this one. I wonder if it's because it's too heavy. Rigid body 1. Why can't I move this one? Blob test, what do we have? Non-discrete. Non-discrete. There we go. Oh my god. I think that's it. A little bit worried about this one though, but if we take these and we move them out here. Yeah, this wobbling sucks. And I guess you can fix it if we have the bones. We're gonna get some effect when dropping it thanks to the gravity, but we're not gonna get anything here. But then also we will probably, fuck, when we animate it we might as well, you know what, I'm wondering, I think we're gonna go with this so that it follows the parent entirely. But then when we animate it, we might be able to animate them. I mean, this looks good, doesn't it? Okay, we have a little bit weird movement, but I guess that can be fixed by doing it's a little bit too floaty movement. Just why do we have this floaty movement? It's weird. 6. Okay. The heavier the springs, the more this we get. Okay. 5. But if we have 5, we don't get. Yeah, it's all experimental Star Platinum. We're gonna fix a lot. We're gonna change the main collider. Yeah, this looks, when we get stuck in it, it looks good, but 0.7, 0.7, 0.7, or you know what, we're gonna do 1 here. Oops. Let's bring it up here. Let's rotate it like this, and let's make it non-rotatable on this one. I thought. Okay, we don't want to rotate it on this one or this. Yeah, of course. So we want to go the opposite. There we go. I thought. Okay. Let's just do some 6. So box collider, let's put it at 0.2. 0.2. I mean, if we get some normal recalculation on this one as well, Mine actually looks pretty good. Start planning. Also, the lag spikes are still there. It's kind of annoying. Your voice is unaffected though. I'm gonna have to check the stats on the stream later on. It's weird. Maybe a bit heavy load on the... like the bitrate looks good. Everything looks good. I have no idea. I wonder if it's only on stream health, if it's only on YouTube as well. This is pretty good actually. This looks pretty sick. Here we have some weird collider stuff. Most of the time it looks pretty good. There I had a lag spike in engine. Holy shit, this works way better than I anticipated actually. Or I didn't think we would be getting this result today. And we still have some improvements to make that are pretty straightforward. Like this looks pretty fucking sick actually. This sucks, but yeah, we're gonna have to fix those issues as well. So sometimes we can get some weird... like when the colliders get locked into each other in weird ways. Yeah, it's 100% that the colliders interlace with each other, I think. Okay, but this is good. What changes did we make to this blob? Where do we have it? I just want to see. So the bones are still parented to their connected or anchor, so to speak. That's good to know. We changed it so that the colliders were pretty small actually. Or I'm speaking about the main collider. So this, we just make it into a tower in the middle. I think we're gonna continue with that, or do something similar to... maybe we can do it as a capsule collider eventually. But then we lock the rotation around X and Z as well. But that's pretty much it, right? Oh yeah, I want to try one more thing. Initially these were like 9 kilograms. Still think that might be a bit too much, and maybe not. Yeah, this is something we want to avoid. And it happens when the... yeah, they get interlaced inside of each other. I'm not entirely sure how to solve this one. But we're gonna take a look at all of these problems. I just need to run AFK real quick, so I'll be right back. Okay, back. Sorry about that. Star Platinum. Either save the default local position of the bones or make the bone sphere colliders extra slippery towards each other only. Yeah, we don't want to do too much custom stuff here. Maybe we could come up with a solution that actually uses like configurable joints and stuff like that. We can set some limits or I don't know, cone bounciness. I don't know. Maybe bounciness actually. But I'm sure we will solve it somehow. So, what I want to do, because this is a pretty good result, is the joint radius here needs to be, so like how should we put this? We can calculate the volume of the blob. Like, we want to make it so that the joint radius makes it so that all of the bones together, the volume of all the bone volumes together is roughly equal to the volume of the body, right? I think that yields the best result. We don't have to make the calculations too complicated. We have a radius value here, which is 0.2, between 0.2 and 0.6. The problem is that we want to base, so this the radius here, we just want to base it on this. Like, we want to take this value, multiply it with something and insert it here. Unfortunately, I don't think we have any multiplication nodes by default in Unity Graph Toolkit, so we're going to create our own. It should be pretty straightforward. I think we're going to do a simple math node and eventually implement the other parts as well, so not only multiplications. So that is one thing I want to do. We're gonna put it here real quick. Or do we already have it here? That one is fixed. Didn't we already? Yeah. I want to add simple. What is it called? To tertiary? No. Add simple to value math. Add simple math node. Because I want to make here. I want to do base the joint radius on the dynamic so when we generate a dynamic mesh for the blob, we take the radius we get and we use that as input for our joint radius as well. And then make the collider of the blobs be thin, pretty much. Like, hopefully I will understand what that means, but like we want the actual collider for the blobs, like the world interaction collider, to be a very thin. I think we're gonna go with capsule collider eventually, because that means that other objects can run into the blob and stuff like that. I think it worked pretty well. Make the blob RB unrotatable on X and Z. I'm not too sure about this one yet. It's a quick fix. Eventually we want to solve this in some other way, because we want to be able to rotate the blobs on X and Z, I think. But yeah. And then finally, experiment with solutions to the interlacing was a good word, Star Platinum, so interlacing internal colliders. Something like that. And I'm gonna start with this one, because I think that's gonna be the easiest one. But I've been wrong before. So scripts, creatures, visuals, generation, node system, editor runtime, nodes. What do we have? Alterers, converters, functionality, generators, instantiators, procedures. Okay, I think we're gonna put it in functionality right now, and we're gonna add a, you know what, let's just duplicate this one. Yo, what's up, Apukas? Let's just call it math node, math editor node for now. I guess we want operation time or type, and I'm just gonna add a Apukas, I see I joined right on time to match math class. Yes, but we're just gonna do a very simple, short math class today, hopefully. We're just gonna do a multiplication. You know what? Okay, math. Yeah, let's do it like this. Operation type none. Operation type value type. And then I don't really know. Like that. Operation type, we do a switch on operation type. Default is going to be break. we're gonna have operation type. Let's do multiplication. I guess all of these are gonna be floats, actually. And let's just do input 1, input 2. Something like this. Let's see what we have. Multiplication class, my favorite as well. Let's just memorize what is it called? Multiplication tables, and then you're golden. Let's see here. Add node math editor node. Here we have it. Operation type none. We do multiplication. We get 2 inputs of type float. Great. We also want an output. Which we're just gonna call result, I guess. Here we go. Add output port, and there we go. I think this one is gonna help a lot when it comes to, because like this node is the first node to actually add some what's the word, relationship between the different values. So now we actually, when we have this working, we can actually make some node value depend on some other node value, which means that we can do some pretty damn cool stuff, I think. The word is node-tastic. Yeah, you know what? Yes. Yeah, I think that's it for the editor node, actually. So now we're gonna create a runtime node of this one. So repeat runtime node, math runtime node. Repeat, we're gonna do, oops. Math runtime node, math runtime node. We're gonna send in cashless, return value u. Maybe in the future we can make it work with integers and stuff like that as well. But for now, fuck that. Let's remove that. Simplify this one to this. Input count 2, output count 1. Beautiful. Is compatible with connection. Can output float. Can output float. Can output t is type float. And we don't have a repeat amount or anything like that. We have input 1. 0f, because this one is going to be a float. Input 2 float, so input 1, input 2, float result. This one we're gonna send in the operation here eventually, but for now let's send in the operation as well. So let's do serialize Serialize field. Come on, help me out. There we go. Serialize field. There we go. Private operation type. Quick fix. No. This should just be a namespace issue, shouldn't it? Generation graph. Oh, it's a internal class. Nah. What? We're in the same namespace. Operation type, please. Fix. What am I missing? Oh. Yeah, it's not nice have... I don't care about this right now. That should be it. Or so I thought. Because looking at this, I'm taking notes. I'm thinking maybe it will be useful. Simple SimCity for NPCs. Maybe. Why am I not getting... Why am I failing at something as simple as this one? Public enum operation type. It's currently in... Edit the creature's generation graph. Come on. Using editor.creatures generation graph. Operand type is actually a better word for it, but we have a compiler issue. Apukat, what playlist do you use? Seems very nice background for focus on work. Yeah, it's fucking phenomenal. It's chillhop.com. You should have a link to it in my stream description. I sure hope so, at least, because I have to. Otherwise I will be copyright striked. But it should be there. I think it's just chillhop.com, actually. No, it's no problem at all. What the fuck? Why can't I access this one? Okay, what problems are we looking at now? Math editor node clear. Something is definitely wrong with this one. Type provided must be an enum. Operation type is an enum. What the fuck is happening? Math editor node 38. Operation type. It is an enum. Shouldn't need to put a serializable on an enum, right? But something is fucked up here. I have no idea what. Let's do this. And let's do this. Let's see if we can build without errors, and then we will re-add it. Oh, we were so close. Why does it have to mess with me? Okay, so look at this. We have a public enum operation type defined here. And then we just use this one here. Operation type, very simple. None or multiplication. Looks to be alright. We'll try to compile it. And this time, it works. Look at this. Okay, beautiful. Can we access it now? No. But if we do graph here, still no. What if we do Joseph editor dot creatures dot generation dot graph dot operation type. What is wrong? Something is wrong with my IDE here. I'm losing confidence in VS Code actually lately. Namespace editor creatures generation graph operation type. It's within the namespace. Editor creatures generation graph operation type. Try restarting. Yeah, let's do it. But it's so fucking weird. What's up, Tipsy? Yeah, it was like that previously. We'll see. Yeah, it's probably... One sec. We have it. And now it doesn't work. But it shouldn't be... Ah, this is weird. Math editor node ends here. This is literally everything, like all we have. Editor creatures generation graph, operation type. I don't think we need this one. It was in the class previously, but I pulled it out. Node system tester. Okay. I'm gonna try it the other way around then. Okay, so if we have it in game, it's okay. Fuck it. I want to keep it here anyway, so that's good. If we define it here, operation type in game dot creatures generation dot graph, then it's okay, and then we can use it here. I hope. But okay. Result 0.0 operation type multiplication result, and then we change to result here, and now we should be able to use this one at runtime, I hope. Yeah, it's extremely weird. I wonder if it has... I don't even want to guess what it is, but it's definitely weird. But okay, I think our runtime node is done actually, so we just have one. Okay, are we back at... Okay, now we're back at that problem. Definitely seems like we need to have system serializable here. Yo, what's up, Yash? I'm good, how about you? There we go. Okay, so cashless repeat. Yeah, we want to fetch this as well here, because then I want to do new math runtime node, and we want to send in. Yeah, we want to skip that, and we want to do operation type. We're gonna do it like this. Math runtime node. So like this. Okay, I think that's it. for both of these. Let's try this one then. So what I want to test then is we're going to make this into a multiplication node. We're going to solve it like... I haven't implemented mixed inputs yet, so an input can either be take node input or we can add something here. What I mean is these are implemented right now like we should connect a node to them. If we don't, we're gonna get a runtime error. So I'm just gonna create something like this. So float, we're gonna make, so it's a random float between 0.5 and 0.5, which means that it is 0.5. And we're gonna multiply that with the radius here. So when we generate a blob, we have a radius for the blob. It's between 0.2 and 0.6. Yash, I'm good. Nice to hear, nice to hear. So we're gonna take this one and we're gonna multiply it with 0.5. 0.5 might be a little bit too much. So we're gonna do 0.1. And that's the one we're gonna use for joint radius. So whatever radius the blob has, each joint is gonna have 0.1 times that radius. If this math node works, I guess we're gonna find out. If it crashes now, I just want to say thank you for watching. But it should be okay. A little bit laggy. Yash just launched the Steam page of my game, quote, House of Heists. Would love to hear your feedback. Oh, nice. Congratulations. Yeah, I can check it out after the stream, I think. Okay, we have a little bit of a bug here. I don't know what happened with that blob, but let's see if our math is mathing. Oh, holy shit, this one is fucked for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. This one is beautiful, however. Wow, what a beautiful blob. And so the blob... Oh, you know what? I don't think we have a radius for the blob here, do we? I don't think so. Ah, that sucks. I don't have a radius value to compare with, but you know what? We can compare it like this. Blob 0.04. Can we? Can't compare with this one if the multiplication works. What can I compare with instead? Why is it lagging so much, by the way? Okay, I guess we can try this. Yeah, okay. We're gonna try... I want to try this multiplication. We're gonna do it like this instead. Pukas, it's crazy to me how much Robin can achieve as a solo dev. Thank you, appreciate it. But like some days it feels like it moves way too slow, you know. What do we have now? Parsing profiler data. Okay, that's not good. Yo, what's up, Ice? Welcome back, welcome back. At Star Platinum, it's amazing to hear you curse. It feels like pure freedom and not corporational. When I've worked at corporation, it has been quite a lot of cursing still. It's just maybe not as much in plain sight, you know? Unity, don't give up on me. Fuck, I would really like to see if this math node is working before I have to run. I think it does. So the idea is to test it with something we can actually measure. So we're gonna take joint mass and joint radius, and we're gonna make the joint radius depend on the mass, I think. I'm wondering if we have a little bit of a memory leak here in soft body generation as well. Not soft body generation, but armature generator. Maybe we do. Yo, what's up, Tipsy Bulldog? Thank you so much for the Prime. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm starting to think we might have a little bit of a memory leak here. I guess that's what we're gonna have to focus on tomorrow's stream, if that's the case. Yash, by the way, I looked at your... Now, when I think about it, House of Heists, you posted that short about the furnitures, right? It looks very nice. On Unity. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out on Steam after this stream. And yeah, unfortunately it doesn't seem better than... Yo, what's up, E-Dragon? Long time no see. As you can see, it's I mean, we had a good 3 hours today. It's just now towards the end we've gotten this problem here, Unity not wanting to co-op. So I think we're gonna put a pin in it for today. We're gonna continue with these blob physics tomorrow. And I really need to double check this memory. E-Dragon still doing good progress on the game dev. Yeah, it's a little bit slower this year, streaming less, but still some progress. So yeah, unfortunately I'm gonna have to end it on... I'm gonna have to run now, unfortunately. So we're gonna end it on a little bit of a cliffhanger. The idea is to stream at least one more time this week. It's either gonna be tomorrow or on Friday. I haven't really... My schedule is a little bit full, so to speak. But I will post on Discord. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Sorry it had to end like this, but hope you have a great rest of the day. Peace.